All right, guys, welcome to another episode, the Jorge Razo podcast, Conociendo los Musicos. Estamos acompañados hoy, es un pinche jale imprevisto, así en putiza. My boy Moy made a couple phone calls, you know what I mean? You got un pinche musicazo aquí. Thank you, compa Moy. Oh, and New Generation Barbershop, you know, for helping us out and letting us use their spot today. Thank you, my boy Cito, my boy Moy. So yeah, you know, we got this musicazo right here next to me. My boy Frank from La Formula. We give a big round of applause, yo.
Caso, madre.
What's up, compa? ¿Cómo anda?
Al tiro.
No, thank you for showing up, compa. No, it's a little last minute. Estaba dormido y todo el pedo, but you know, I'm ecstatic, you know, that you're able to come out here and shit, you know.
No, thank you guys. Gracias por tomarnos en cuenta y por echarnos.
No, thank you, compa. And I mean, I've talked to you, like, no, así nomás de vista. Like, I've seen you. I've fucking te he saludado at varios parties de mi compa Ray.
Yes.
With my homie Baldo, with Lonchera, Chuy, and all of them. You know, but I'm very excited to actually, you know, talk to you because it's the first time we're actually like sitting down, getting, you know, to talking shit. And for the people that you know that like how you play and shit like that, I'm excited for them to learn a little bit about you and shit, you know.
Sí.
So yeah, compa, empezando pues, ¿cuántos años tienes más o menos?
No, pues ya estamos viejos, oiga.
Yeah.
Ya estamos. Ya somos de la vieja escuela.
Tinga su madre. De la mera buena.
Ya estamos de arriba de los 30.
Oh, all right, compa, that's cool. I mean, you know, people only age better, you know?
Sometimes. No siempre.
And it shows in your music, compa, la neta. You fucking musicazo de a tiro. For my followers that probably don't know you, compa, explain yourself a little bit, what you do.
Toco el bajo sexto. I've been playing the bajo sexto for about, I'd say 25 years now.
Yes, so man.
You know, pero I'm a little more old school.
Yeah.
No, porque ahorita hay unos musicazos, especially right here in LA.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that play the bajo sexto. They've been playing it for about 2-3 years, and goddamn, parece que tienen como unos 50 años tocando.
No, yeah.
Pero pues uno es más más tradicional. Como digo, más a la vieja escuela, más norteño.
Más norteño.
So, you know, we keep it simple, pero tratamos de hacer lo mejor que se puede para la gente.
Yeah, I mean, you have this style, this, you know, old school, Eliseo, Ramon Ayala fucking feel, you know what I mean? You got that toque, my boy, and it's fucking captivating, you know, when we hear, you know, when you're at a party and shit like that, or a little jam out and shit, and then you hop on, compa, it's like, se alegran todos los pinches músicos, you know, because you don't really hear it that much, you know?
Yeah, no, not a lot of people play that music, even though almost everybody knows that music.
Yeah, everyone.
There's not one soul that doesn't know, you know, any of those songs from Ramon Ayala, Relámpagos del Norte, Invasores. Everybody knows them, even if it's not through them. But you know, if somebody else took it out as a cover, I don't want to say names, you know. Pero está una canción por ahí que sea Ni el dinero ni nada, que la hicieron muy famosa. Hay unos que hicieron un video cantando borrachos. Y la gente llega y pide, ¿me puedes cantar la canción del grupo tal? Y digo, Simón. Pero, you know.
You get that little kick to the ribs.
Pero pues cada quien tiene su gusto, ¿verdad? Yeah. También ellos están haciendo su lucha y gracias a Dios que les va bien. A cada quien nos toca cuando nos toca. Pero como digo yo soy más tradicional.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to play. Y pues la gente que nos sigue les gusta lo que tocamos, gracias a Dios.
They gravitate to you guys a lot, you know. And for musicians especially, like I said, once they hear you, they just go, wow. You know what I mean? It's a very special, you know, your voice, más que nada, you know, very fucking traditional, very old school, pero
voz
sonón, you know what I mean?
Voz de borrachos.
You know?
Voz de borracho.
And so, ya tienes más o menos 25 años tocando. So, ¿a los cuántos años más o menos empezaste?
I started playing sexto when I was 9.
9 years
When I
old.
was 9 years old.
And how this come about?
My dad, he wasn't a músico, pero tenía muchos amigos en el ambiente artístico.
Sí.
Y he's the one que me encaminó, you know, through his friends. And de ahí empecé a
tener el amor a la música.
A la música, yeah.
That's crazy. And I've spoken with, Lonchera, like I mentioned, Chuy, Ray, and all that stuff. And we always, when we talk about musicians, cuando pensamos hablar de musicazos, your name it floats right in that list. You know what I mean? I mean, no, like legit, like every time Ray talks about, we're gonna jam or whatever, who you gonna call? Oh, I'm gonna hit up Frank. I don't know. It's just like I said, we all gravitate towards that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
no, pues se aprecia, se agradece.
And like I said, thank you, compa, for coming. I know it's a little short, last minute and whatnot.
Lo bueno que aquí vivimos cerquitas.
You see that? No, I had to take an hour and a half drive out here, but it's all good, Papa. I mean, in between this whole 25-year period, what's one of the things that you have grown to love and appreciate about this music business?
I'd say everything. It's a love-hate relationship with music. Porque yo creo a todos los músicos de vez en cuando nos llega we get to that point where like that's it, ya estuvo.
Yeah.
But you can never really let go.
No, exactly.
It's a toxic relationship, except that music won't slap you across the face, literally. They'll break your phone and things like that. Literally, aunque sí, it can make you go through certain moments at a time que no son muy bonitos, que digamos, pero overall, it's, music is life.
Yeah, and music has this, healing aspect, and a veces we are going through a rough time and shit like that, and, we can always turn a fucking song, put it up and lose ourselves, especially as musicians, you start not only appreciating the lyrics to the song or whatnot, but you actually go into the bajo sexteros, go into the bajo sexto aspect where the bass players fucking gravitate towards the base of the whole song and stuff like that. So I think music is definitely a very beautiful thing, and like I said, it gets you through good and bad times and shit like that.
It does. Music is always there. If you're having a good time, music, there's always music behind it. If you're having a bad time, you try to look for that song that will, que te queda en ese instante.
Yeah.
Y si no te queda, haces que te quede a huevo porque,
yeah,
you just want to feel it.
Entonces, with that being said, what's your favorite song, compa?
My favorite song? Oh, man, I got a couple. I'd name Alma de Acero, Tierra Mala.
Oh, that's one of the hitters.
And probably Aquella by Los Satélites de Fidencio Ayala.
Dog, I only know one of those songs that you mentioned, and that speaks volume of how much of a bad músico I am.
No, not at all. No, como digo, I'm old school, so yo muchas canciones nuevas no me sé.
Yeah.
Pero de las viejas, no, me sé repertorio.
And that's one of the things I talked to on one episode with my compa Chuyito. Chuyito talked to me about, how he doesn't really know all these new songs and all these new corridos and stuff like that. But I think when you have such a unique style like you do, you know what type of music you play.
Yeah.
So the person que te va a contratar a ti, te va a contratar knowing that
what I play.
what
Yeah.
you play. So they're not going to come up to you and ask you for, hey, te quiero X corrido or X.
And they have, you know, but at that moment, I mean, de todos modos tratas de complacer al cliente because, you know, they're paying, pero sí se llega a un punto donde dices, ¿sabes qué? Es que eso no es lo que toco yo.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do? What do you do in those instances? You know?
Pues cuando no se puede, ¿cómo se dice? Improvisar la canción, nomás se les dice amablemente, ¿sabes qué? Eso no lo traigo en el repertorio. Alguna otra complacencia, pues ya sabes que el estilo de nosotros es más norteño, no es tan tumbado. O a veces a veces se llega uno tocando con grupo norteño y dicen, tócame el mariachi loco.
Sí,
pues, ¿cómo te va a tocar el mariachi loco?
Y que el niño perdido con banda.
Exactamente.
Son canciones que pues uno no.
Yeah.
It's not that they're impossible to play, but it's just that they just don't go with
con el estilo que está tocando.
Yeah. I've seen in your guys' videos that you play with, you know, you yourself play with various different top-notch drummers, top-notch, you know, bass players, top-notch accordion players. And I'm not trying to just say top-notch like to me they're just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and you've we've spoken on that you played with Marilio.
Marilio
Pineda. You've played with the drummer not Genaro as well.
Genaro Venezuela, Jesse El Pulpo. Yeah, Jesse El Pulpo.
I saw a video that they recorded. Thank you, compa boy.
Thank you.
I've seen a couple videos where I'm just like, wow, like I'm in awe. I'm fucking so impressed, you know, with the way you guys play.
Yeah, no, Jesse El Pulpo, I've known him for many years. To me, he put a style.
Yeah.
You know, a style que llegó para quedarse.
For the people that don't know, he played with Grupo Escolta, but he also did many of the recordings for Regulo,
Gerardo Ortiz, Alfredito Olivas.
And pioneering when Regulo was coming out with those
new rhythms. Yeah, a lot of people would criticize it, but look what they did, you know. They revolutionized lo que es la música norteña.
So,
in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people would criticize, but this is not the criticism that we see now.
Yeah.
Because the criticism back then was, you know, you're doing so much, or you're doing so much stuff that we wouldn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, because they involucraban diferentes estilos, like diferentes.
La cosa es que, en mi opinión, hay gente que llega para revolucionar la música y en vez de hacerlo un bien, le hacen un mal.
Exacto.
Y ellos lo hicieron para bien.
Yeah.
You know, they changed the way a lot of new musicians see exactly, yeah. Y lo que fue Jesse, Marito en el acordeón, you know, all of those músicos de esa época, you know, musicazos y
musicazos, and I feel like they set the bar
really high,
stupendously high. You know what I mean? And I say that because, I mean, when all the the new music that, you know, como te digo, estaba involucrando a lot of rock, a lot of different beats, a lot of different contratiempos, a lot of different arreglos.
Yeah, se nos hacía raro, digo porque yo también me incluyo, you know, cuando empezaron a salir los corridos que les metían menores.
Yeah.
Yo decía, pues los menores dan canciones románticas.
Yeah.
Pero, you know, eso era la mente cerrada que tenía uno.
Yeah.
You know, y gracias a ellos, you know, our mind started expanding.
I touch on this subject. So, those songs, to me, bring a good time because era cuando empezaba yo a desarrollar o a empezar a tocar. You know, yo estaba empezando to play the bass, to start singing, and so I would see all this stuff, and I'd be like, wow, like, you know, me quedaba en awe. Hay veces trataba de meterle más de lo debido porque yo decía, no, pues estos musicazos están...
Mucha gente a veces piensa que más es mejor.
Ujú.
Y no es así. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
Es que a veces puedes meterle de más, pero hay que saber en dónde y cuándo y cómo meterle de más.
¿Qué le estás metiendo?
Exactamente. No puedes meter de más nomás por meter, you know?
Yeah.
Porque imagínate, el bajo le mete de más, el bajo sexto le mete de más, pero cada quien va por su rollo. It's gonna sound all distortion.
All distortion, all off.
Yeah, that's the thing that these guys did, que they put it all together, you know.
Beautifully.
Yeah.
Like everything just goes with each other. Everything just falls in line. And then, not even just fall in line, but they make it fall in line.
Correct.
For instance, there's these freaking bass lines in the beginning or in the ending of these regular songs that you would hear that you'd be like, this is not supposed to be here, but it just sounds so good. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah, they impusieron un estilo que se quedó. And son escuela para muchos de los músicos nuevos que han salido aquí ahorita en el área de Los Ángeles y de todos los Estados Unidos, yo diría.
So I'm gonna put you in a tough pickle. De todos los musicados que has tocado, ¿con quién te sientes que you just had that chemistry? You know, which is one of the musicos that you just said, I fucking enjoy playing with this guy the most, or not?
Man. I'm gonna have to say with the current squad that I play right now.
Yeah.
And in the drums is, you know, my longtime friend, Edgar Rocha, Roach.
Mm-hmm. Roach.
He's a drummer.
Shout out to you, compa Roach.
I've been playing with him for the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just love playing with the base that he gives.
Ridiculous.
I love playing with the base that he gives. And you know, en el bass, Ruben Torres, también he's badass bass player. Accordion, ni se diga, Argenis Ayala. You know, to me, he's one of the best accordion players, you know, out there right now. That's my favorite squad to play with.
That's your favorite squad. But favorite musician? And not necessarily to say, it doesn't even have to be your group. You know what I mean? It just whoever you gigged with or you've, you know, fucked around and played.
It's just, you know, I've played with so many people que no hay a cuál elegir ni a cuál irle because they each have their different style. You know? And I played with con Aaron, el bass player de Gerardo.
Feel the bass?
Man, he's a beast.
Oh, ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a beast. Cuando hemos tocado con él y con Jesse en los drums, me siento fuera de órbita. Digo, no, ¿qué estoy haciendo aquí yo? Yo más bien a rellenar.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've definitely had those experiences where I take, like I said, where I've gotten to play with Roach, the times that I hit him up needing a drummer. Hey, compa, can you come through? Yeah, for sure. De volada, he pulls up to the gig and I start jamming and you just hear the bass, the base on it.
Roach has a...
ridiculous, you know what I mean?
To meet him, Eric Garcia, también, el plateado, the drummer. Mm-hmm. He's one of my favorite drummers. Lo que es también tocar con Eric Garcia en la batería y con Don Martín Ramírez en el bass. Mm-hmm. No, you're talking about something else, you know?
Different.
They give you that norteño punch that any norteño músico wants to look for.
That's crazy. And so we're now going into La Fórmula. So how'd that come up to be? Or
La Fórmula was a project that came from Jesse, El Pulpo Esquivel. You know, I believe it was something that he had in mind already for a while. Y en ese entonces, él nos estaba ayudando en otro grupo donde yo tocaba, que se llama Grupo 57. I got out of Grupo 57 y fue cuando él me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Tengo este proyecto en mente. Yeah. You want to be a part of it? Like, let's go for it. So he put the squad together. Jesse put the squad together. Pero con el tiempo, you know, por problemas que estaba teniendo él personales, you know, fuera de la música,
de ustedes.
You know, he told us, like, you know what, I'm going to step to the side for a while, ustedes síganle. And we've kept on, you know, working with the name. Gracias a Dios, ya la gente nos reconoce un poco. Pero, you know, the spot, he still has a spot in the squad and the grupo cuando gusta, porque, you know, he's the
we gonna kick my boy Roach out.
He's the creator of la fórmula, you know, behind it. And si no fuera por él,
none of this would have happened.
Los que estamos ahorita ahí no estuviéramos juntos.
And so he gets out, you know, for personal reasons. You know, tú le sigues con el grupo, you know, you guys, you know, build up this name. Y como dijiste, la gente los empieza a reconocer and stuff like that. But I think this is one of the things that your grupo has, where not necessarily the people, but the musicians look at you in a completely different way. Me explico. Puede ser de que a lo mejor digan, no, other people would be like, oh, who's Grupo La Fórmula? Pero entre los músicos todos dicen, oh, fuck, La Fórmula. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy how now grupos get this big fame and
within the little music world.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, they get famous exposure outside, and then as musicians, people be like, "Oh, cool, you know, that's pretty good, you know, está bien." And then you have these bad grupos like yourselves, where it's like, I don't want to say you haven't hit that next level, but it's like the level of exposure, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like you're not fucking selling out arena famous, but to all the musicians that are selling out arenas, you guys are it. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of crazy how this whole music shit works.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, you know, for instance, grupazo que está por ahí, Látigo Norteño.
Látigo?
You know, they're a badass band, and they're always playing for para Ramosito Delegado.
Yeah.
You know, para el JOP. You know, they always hire them because son pinche grupazo.
Because even the best músicos realize, you know, these guys are fucking awesome. You know what I mean? That's really, it's really weird how this whole, you know, music shit works out. You know, like you think, you start thinking, oh, these fucking big badass grupazos like Legado or whatever, you know, and even those big badass grupos like Legado have somebody that even they look up to, you know what I mean? It's kind of humbling, you know, in that aspect for, you know, musicians to be like, oh, I'm really good, but compa, like you guys are.
But I like these guys, I like you guys.
So compa, we touched upon how, you know, music is a beautiful thing, you know? Music is the shit that at least in my case, you know, me motiva a seguir. I just love music. But what's one of the things that you wish that maybe you can do without in music?
Oh man, that's a hard question.
I mean, we love music, but there's something that you're like, if only I didn't have to do this. You know what I mean?
Yo creo en los últimos años I've been so busy with music almost every weekend.
Yeah.
You know, every holiday. Que, you know, a veces you forget how it is to live an ordinary life.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, the
Yeah.
weekends that you do get to be free, no te hallas.
Yeah.
You feel weird.
You feel weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Tanto que dice uno, man, I wish I had a weekend off. Fuck, I hope I don't play this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, just so I could relax, go somewhere.
Yeah.
La chingada. Pero se llega el fin de semana de que no tienes tocada y no te hallas, no hayas que hacer. And if you end up going to a party, miras a un pinche grupo y estás con ganas de tocar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever had that feeling where you don't do shit? You just don't do anything that day that you have off, and you go,
I could have just played.
fuck, I could have just gigged it.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
I mean, now I've actually, you know, set it, like, I set it aside, like, not necessarily set music aside, but I've paid a little more attention to, like you said, you know,
Yeah.
taking a little time off. And it just like I'm trying to find that balance, bro. You know, like I'm trying to find that.
It's like I said earlier,
difficult.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard because music becomes a part of you. You know, and everything that comes with it becomes a part of you. So when you're not around it, you don't feel 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm saying, like there's a point in time, and this has to do with COVID, bro. Once we got locked down, I stopped gigging, bro, for like a good month, because all my gigs were either being canceled or people were just kind of scared to contratar and shit, you know.
Same.
And throughout those times, bro, like I felt anxious, bro. Like I couldn't be home, bro, because like I felt like my heart was racing at one point, bro. Like I thought I had got the Rona, bro. Like because, bro, like it was just so abnormal to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yo también. Throughout this whole COVID, hemos tocado poco.
Yeah.
For the same reason, we could be playing a lot more, pero también tratamos de tomar las precauciones lo más que podamos, because you know it's no joke. You see, you see people dying left and right, aunque parezca que no, pero sí, conocidos, loved ones.
Yeah.
And you know, nosotros, como digo, hemos tocado, pero muy poco.
Yeah.
Y a veces hemos dilatado más de un mes sin tocar, casi los 2 meses, and man, you feel
out of place.
Yeah, you feel out of place, and when you actually get to gig, it feels like it feels like you're breathing fresh air.
Like I gigged for the first time in like almost 2 months, New Year's Eve. But I took time off because my girl was pregnant. She was expecting twins, and nacieron los bebés y todo. So I kind of just wanted to apartarme.
Yeah.
Those 2 months, you know, just to you know, be with her, be with my daughter as well. Excuse me. And I was like so anxious to gig, bro.
Yeah.
And then New Year's Eve came. I wasn't even supposed to gig, pero yo le había contratado un grupo a mi camarada, and I couldn't find a bass player that sang to cover me. O sea, like I got the gig because I wanted my boys to play. You know, I wanted my grupo to play. Yeah. What I was going to do was just send a bass player with singer. I had told my homie, like, hey, I'm not going to gig. This is what I'm going to do. He was like, yeah, fuck it, Papa, I'm cool with it. Handle, do it.
You couldn't find anybody?
And I couldn't find anybody. And I was just like, oh, well, fuck, I guess I'm going to have to go. You fui, bro. And I was so happy gigging, bro. You know, like, I was just so fucking ecstatic, bro, that I was there gigging with my sextero, that we were, you know, like we were where I was actually playing after like almost 2 months we have not been.
Yeah, no, ahorita we have a gig coming up this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Machín, porque ya tenemos desde la primera semana de diciembre que no hemos tocado.
Yeah, so about a month.
We had about 4 gigs que se nos cancelaron throughout December because the client, you know, they called us back like, hey, we got the Rona.
We got the vid.
Y valió madre.
Yeah, and shit just is spiraling, bro. Like, this shit is going bad. Like, legit, like, fucking shit just... You in the beginning, people were skeptical about the whole shit, you know, so people were like... You wouldn't even hear that somebody or that you were related to had got it. You know what I mean?
And right now, everybody...
Right now, your fucking cousin got that shit. Your other cousin got that shit. Your tia, like...
Your coworker, everybody.
Everybody's getting it, bro. And it's just like, God, like...
No, the thing is that I think people, at the beginning, se cuidaban más.
Yeah.
Y eso que wasn't, you know...
Yeah. Too many numbers.
Yeah. Y ahorita que the numbers are all over the place, a la gente ya le está valiendo madre.
Es que también la gente está desesperada.
Yeah.
Desesperada para
pero
salir.
Pues eso ya cada quien, you know... You can't force everybody to think the same way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got all these people fucking fighting at the store because they don't fucking want to enter with the mask on. No te pasen de verga, you know, like they say, don't, you know, come in with the mask. And the shit that's stupid is like, I've seen some people go in with the mask and then take the motherfucker off when they're fucking shopping. Like,
o con acá abajo de la nariz.
I mean,
I do it myself, you know?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but like, those are the people that you see like with the videos and all that shit on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. That these people are fighting because of the mask, blah blah. But those motherfuckers got in the store, bro. So those motherfuckers had to have the fucking mask on. You know what I mean? So they had the mask on just to go in, and then they took it off because they're like, oh, no, I'm not going to follow no rules. Then why the fuck you put it on in the first place to go inside, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dog. Like, all this shit is just, like, frustrating and fucking, you know, wow. You know, ¿qué más quisiera, güey? Que toda esta madre se quitara, everything goes back to normal. We'll go gig with no problem, no fear, no nothing, dog. Like,
everything, not just gig, you know. In general, just go wherever the fuck we want to go.
Dog, you fucking turn the corner, you hear somebody coffee. Fucking de volar te espantas a la verga, you know, and just...
Hasta si tú mismo estás tosiendo, dices, a la verga, pues que ya...
I'm telling you.
Ya me pegó esa madre.
Well, yeah, when I was fucking... I had anxiety, bro, de tanto que I wasn't gigging, I wasn't doing shit, I had anxiety. And even I felt like, dog, do I got that shit?
It fucks with your head.
Yeah, machine. What can we do, pa? This is a new normal. This is a new reality that we gotta go. I mean, the only thing we can hope for is that
it gets better.
It gets better. Yeah.
Yeah.
With your, you know, varios años de experiencia gigging, different escenarios, different, you know, house parties, salones, different, all that stuff. What's one of the things, like, one of the most embarrassing or funny shit que te ha sucedido?
Man.
Or some shit que tienes bien grabada en la mente, güey, que nunca se te va a olvidar.
There's a couple. Hay varias. Una que me acuerdo, a couple years back, fuimos a tocar fui a acompañar a los hermanos Higuera.
Mm-hmm.
This was up to Dinuba, California. Llegamos al lugar, teníamos hambre, estaba una lonchera afuera. Ellos no quisieron comer. Pero yo sí dije, chingue su madre, voy a comer, tengo hambre.
Yeah.
I don't know why, as soon as I started eating those tacos, ya sabía que me iban a hacer daño.
You know something was up with that.
Yeah, I just knew it. It was something about the texture, no sé, dice, Estas madres.
It's a little too chewy,
man. Y así me subí a tocar con esa madre en la mente. Hombre, como a los 10 minutos. Man. I felt like I was gonna fucking blow up in the fucking stage.
And 10 minutes in, bro. This is not even halfway through.
Not halfway through the thunder. Not faltando 5 minutes. 10 minutes in.
This is fucking.
Man, I was like, you know what? Me acuerdo el Omar, uno de los hermanos, nomás just looked at me and laughed. I was like, fool, I can't.
Ya
no puedo, güey. Ahí les va el pinche sexto.
Si me echo un pedo, sale todo, digo.
Y ellos pues siguieron, they kept on doing their thing. I went to the fucking restroom, llegué al pinche baño y el baño sin puerta.
No.
Leo madre.
¿Sin puerta?
Sin puerta el puto baño. Yeah. Pero pues.
Ni modo.
La pinche naturaleza llama.
Quítate la chamarra, hijo de bola.
La naturaleza llama, pues. Yeah, I remember that was bad. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Damn. Why everybody all the músicos that I have on always got shit stories?
No, there was a point with my old man, con el primer grupo que yo tuve, the drummer, we were wearing a freaking, el vestuario que traíamos, traíamos leather pants.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, fucking being in leather pants, sweating.
Sweaty, heat.
And this fool, we're playing. He had to take a piss. Pues ni modo de bajarse. Era un escenario grande, it was a big event.
Yeah.
He couldn't get off, so en cuanto empezamos a tocar un popurrí de cumbias, he let it go while he was playing.
Guess so much.
You just see the fucking chorrito coming down por la bota. No, y que ni me escuche decir esto porque le va a dar coraje. Una vez lo conté también y le dio coraje. He's like, man, fucking fro,
No, I have a couple stories. Like, legit. And it's not necessarily that happened to me, right? You know this musician, and I'm not gonna tell you who the musician is. Not now, not even once we're fucking done recording. If that person tells me and gives me permission to tell this story or to put their name in it, I'll gladly put their name in it.
A lo mejor ya sé quién es.
So we're gigging at this place in, I think, Linwood. And estamos separados de la gente está in this little corner, and we're on this side with, obviously, con los músicos and whatnot. So there's nobody looking behind us. There's nobody behind us, nothing. And I tell this guy, hey, échate una rola. For sure. Has a clip, the little iClip, he fucking has a clip. All right, well, ¿cuál? Oh, I'm going to look up the lyrics. Órale. Pops up Safari. First thing that pops up is a porno.
Fucking Pornhub.
Fucking Pornhub pops up, wait. And we're I think we were entre canción. Like, we were hopping over to canción, bro. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. Like, legit. Like, I look like an idiot right there laughing entre toda la gente y todo el pedo. They were just looking at me, but I was just fucking dying, bro. And then he goes, what? Well, I mean, I guess, compa. Like, if he ever gives me the permission to tell you who it is, dog, I'll gladly tell you. I'm going to have to hit that boy. Yeah, man. It's just, we've been in, well, I feel like I've been in the music thing for a long time. I can only imagine how you feel, right? Yeah. So I've had all these experiences. I can only imagine all the experiences that you've had.
Yeah, no, man. I've gone through a lot, traveled to a lot of places, played for a lot of people. I played in, some of the biggest venues in the country, to the most humblest home, Para todos lados nos ha llevado la música.
Having done that, compa, like, what are your plans coming forward? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not necessarily that, like, you've played with the best musicians. You played big escenarios. You've played big, you know. Do you ever feel like, you know what? I just want to give this shit up, or do you ever feel?
Oh yeah, of course. Hell yeah. There's times when I'm like, you know what? That's it. Yeah, estuvo. But then something comes to my mind, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I can't. And you know, I have all these projects in mind. Excuse me. Pero también por desidia, I haven't put them to, you know,
put the effort in
yeah. Pero primeramente Dios, este año le echamos más ganas y hay varias cosas que tengo en mente, que tenemos todos en mente, todo lo del grupo y les podemos dar algo.
I think this is definitely the time where, you know, you can sit down, really think about what the fuck it is you want to do with this. And I speak on this because, you know, there's various grupos that don't really have that conversation where it's like, what are we doing? You know, like, do we want to keep being this backyard fucking agrupación? Do we really want to be just known locally? What do we want to do? Do we want to hit big escenarios? Do we want to become fucking recording artists? Do we want to, you know, what are we doing? You know,
exactly.
And I say this because, you know, you have this immense, you know, talent on another level. You know what I mean? I'd hate for it to just be like, oh, you guys remember Frank? You know what I mean? Like, I'd hate for that.
Yeah.
For that to happen, you know?
I think we all want to leave a little legacy, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's every musico's dream in the end. And, you know, mientras haya tiempo y vida, se puede hacer. And como dije, hopefully este año we could put, you know, con todo el grupo, porque we're all one, it's not just me.
Yeah.
You know, we could put some of those ideas into action, you know, and actually and come out with some new music. You know,
you're gonna
algo que defina la fórmula, como eso es de la fórmula.
You're not gonna go tumbado?
Nah, mis respetos para esa gente, you know, para ellos, pero no es lo mío.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to talk shit. Y'all make way more money than I do. Nah, like yeah, like this just, you know, one of the things that this whole situation has kind of opened my eyes a little bit. You know what I mean? It's fuck. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to leave behind? You know what I mean? So I kind of just want to talk to everybody in that aspect. Like, what is it that you're doing? You know?
Yeah, no, see, I want to leave music behind that rolas de mi propia autoría que 50 años, 60 años from now, you know, somebody else will still be singing.
Exactly, like that fucking Jose Alfredo Jimenez.
There you go.
You want to be that Vicente Fernandez.
Couldn't have said it better.
And I think that's something that, you know, every musician should aspire for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are one of the places that you visited that you enjoyed? You know.
Man, I've been to a lot of places. I'd say Florida, Miami.
Do you remember who you went with, or
yeah, it was with my old band. I had a band a couple years ago, se llamaba Grupo Relámpago.
Mm-hmm.
And we were opening for Los Tigres del Norte at the time.
Orale.
So we were over there for a whole weekend.
Compa.
Yeah, we were over there for a whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
He said it. You heard that shit, Gio? He said it like, you know, we were just.
I thought you were gonna say like some other
Yeah, we're opening. Espérame. This is how you said it. Yeah, we're just opening for some fucking random ass fools, you know? We're just opening for, tigres. And even Gio with that's not really into this whole norteño scene, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we were opening up for them. As a matter of fact, we opened for them for about 3 years, almost every weekend. So, thanks to that, we were, we were going around for a while. Lo vimos para arriba y para abajo.
I mean, lo invitaban a las carnes asadas y todo el pedo.
No, yeah, as a matter of fact, una vez a Hernán, the bass player de los Tigres,
Right.
I think he baptized somebody up in San Jose, o fue el padrino de música, no sé qué. But the thing is that we're the ones that ended up playing at that baptism. Yeah.
Damn, compa, that's crazy. And you ever spoken with them and like,
Yeah, we got to interact with them,
You ever pick their brain about like how it is that they came up in this music business?
Never got to that point. I was too young at the time. I wouldn't think about it. Yeah, me valía madre. I could say I took things for granted. If I could go back, I would do it all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd fucking.
I would make sure I would get the best out of every artist I've seen.
Yeah.
And try to
get consejos and shit like that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is what this platform is based on.
It became so normal for myself and for my other band members que el fin de semana que entra van para Tacoma, Washington, que van a abrirle a los Tigres y que va a estar at that time Rogelio Martinez, he was also very big.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, okay. Hey, next weekend van a tocar en el Convention Center de San Jose. Van a estar Los Tigres y Intocable. And I was like, damn, all right. Like, we're like, whatever.
Shout out, compa Ricky.
And now I'm like, damn,
Should have just fucking.
Yeah.
Took it all in.
I mean, I cherish those moments,
Yeah.
those memories, and
Yeah.
and the experience,
Yeah, definitely.
Pero sí, son cosas que estaba uno mocoso y, te vale madres.
Hey, who you hanging out with? I'm chilling with Chente tomorrow, but it's no big deal. I'm chilling with Chente Fernandez. It's no big deal. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Chente Fernandez? Oh, well, I mean, he's bringing his son too. Some fool. Some little white fool. I mean, it's all right though. Nah, compa, that's fucking crazy, man. So that's Florida's where you remember the most that you're.
It's one of the places. Florida, Denver, Colorado was probably one of my favorite places that I've played in. I remember I was 15 at the time. The rest of my band members, I mean, they were between 15 and 17.
Órale, so you were fucking.
We were still.
Yeah, we're mocosos with these fools.
Machine.
Damn.
We had this song at the time, they were playing it on the radio over there. But we were over here, so we don't know what the fuck was going on over there.
Yeah.
So we went to go play. Y resulta que los estelares éramos nosotros.
Really?
I'm like, a la verga. There was about 5,000 people.
And y'all were popping.
And it was just, you don't know what the fuck you're doing up on the stage. You're like, damn. Like, these people really came to see us.
Yeah.
And when you started singing the song that was playing on the radio and everybody knew it, that was just like, ooh, that was a nice feeling.
That was a nice feeling.
Yeah. That's been one of, if not the best, one of the best feelings.
I think it definitely is. I mean, I wouldn't know per se, what it is to have fucking ni 100 personas conocer la canción que, you know what I mean? Let alone in one certain area or for somebody to be like, oh, this fucking 1,000 people fucking came to see just me or my agrupación or whatnot.
There was other, other bands at the moment. Estaba el Coyote y su banda, Dinastía Norteña, which at time they were, you know, Dinastía Norteña.
Yeah.
Y el Coyote ni se diga, you know, el Coyote was already el Coyote. And for us to be, you know, estábamos arriba, o sea, you know, on the headline. I was like, damn, we didn't know. Cuando llegamos allá, no sabíamos, you know, we're just like, we're going to go play to Denver or whatever.
Come to this gig real quick, yeah. Damn, that's crazy, compa. I mean, okay, so you're explaining to me that you didn't really know, like, what was the deal or whatnot. They didn't explain to you nothing about, like, oh, you know, you guys are hitting on the radio over here.
No, we just knew they were playing us in a couple of radio stations throughout the country. No,
so you guys brought out music with that mentality that, oh, you know, they're going to play it somewhere.
Yeah, pero no sabíamos que, it's been on first place on this station for like 4 weeks. Que on
it's been asked for in the city more.
We ended up, I have the magazines right there at the house. We ended up hitting, I mean, it's not big, but it was like 35 on Billboard.
Oh, shit.
For a while, yeah. So.
Let me
compared to like you know, you see all these new you know, bands that are coming out, they get like first plays on their first album. You're like, damn, you know, chingón.
Let me sort of flex real quick. We're like 35, you know, 40 entries. We're 35. You know, you gotta play like 100, 200,000 times the song. You know, it's nothing too bad.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was real nice though when we get the magazine, you know, Billboard, and you see our name right there with the song.
Did you guys get like regalías for that stuff? Do you guys?
Yeah, you get regalías for como yo tenía canciones de mi autoría.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get regalías.
Do you know what you did with that money, or I'm not trying to get too personal, you know what I mean? But drink it away.
Pretty much.
You think pisto is a big thing about in this music business?
No comment, man. It's because it's hard not to want to drink. I mean, regardless, you know?
Regardless.
A los que nos gusta pistear. Y luego andando entre la música y it's like, esa rola me llega. Give me a shot. Give me a beer.
Perra, va a decir también, saca la chela, damn, compa.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I was talking, like, compa, like, I'm trying to, like, chill it with the drinking. But it's just like a conversational tool, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not even to, like...
A veces también es como el hábito, like the habit, you know. You'll be at a gig, he'll be drinking a beer throughout the set or a cup, you know, with whiskey or something. Like, you're not even drinking it para empedarte.
You're just drinking it de costumbre.
Yeah, al menos que la pinche canción te llega, entonces you'll down the beer or down the shot, you know, pero yeah, it's more of a costumbre.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to chill it with the drinking and shit like that, pero también, bro, you go to a gig. What's the first thing they offer you?
Alcohol. Nunca dicen una botellita de agua, una soda, siempre dicen, ahí están las chelas.
You think we have that bad rep? That is just
yeah, we got that bad rep de que son alcohólicos, que mujeriegos, que porque eres músico te siguen las viejas, which is not true, man. That is not true. I've known, you know, people que se dedican a otras cosas que no son músicos, que son más mujeriegos que muchos músicos. El que va a ser mujeriego, sea músico, sea doctor, sea maestro.
Es que digas son ugly músicos, compa. No, I like, you know, we definitely get that rap and shit, like, que este músico está aquí, que anda con tal vieja y la otra and shit like that. And that should be affecting relationships, compa. Don't get me wrong, that should be crucial sometimes, you know. Like my boy Ciro right now también anda tocando en varios lugares. Shout out to my boy Ciro. He be playing different places. Su vieja los trae de las greñas. I mean,
they got a GPS on them.
They got a GPS on my
a low
boy.
jack.
They got a low jack. They got a tracker on his whip, you know, like no te vayas a dejar el carro en otra parte type shit, you know. It's just crazy, compa. Like, it's just...
Yeah, it's all músicos, you gotta turn off that Find My iPhone. or stop sharing locations on Snap, or stop doing that shit. No.
Well, you're hitting home now, compadre. Well, with your with your project and stuff like that, do you plan on continuing this for a good amount of time? I mean, you say you have 25 years.
As for now, I do plan on continuing with music because, como lo dije hace rato, I got a couple things in mind, and I'm not gonna feel at peace with myself until I try them out. Ya si no funcionan, pues por lo menos que no quede por el. I didn't try it. I don't want it to stay in what if I would have done this. Yeah. Pero I feel like I have the squad y el respaldo.
Oh, but you definitely have the talent
to do something that the people will like, and hopefully they accept it. Pero estamos ahí, vamos a estar todavía buen rato para seguir echándole chingazos si no les gusta a lo mejor el otro, y si ese no le gusta, el próximo.
You know what I said, compa? Like, at one point, I was like, you know what? If by 25 years old, I'm not like legit, me puse a decir, if by 25 years old, I'm not hitting, like, I'm not doing top chart numbers, I'm not nothing, I'm gonna quit music. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna fucking be done. This was like 5 years ago. I said that shit. Dog, I'm 25 right now. I have no plans on fucking
quitting.
Stopping. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
No, you're not. Yo sé lo que le digo. I was there too. Same age y todo.
You think musicians también grow up with that mentality, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking stop at this time, or is it just me?
No, you know what? It's because music just becomes a part of ourselves, and you're never gonna be able to be without it. Even if you're not gigging at houses or or venues or clubs or anything anymore, you're still gonna be gigging at your house. You're still gonna take out your instrument, and you're still gonna be criticizing musicos.
You're gonna
new music, new videos. You're still gonna be something. Siempre va a estar haciendo algo con la música.
Yeah. And then I also want to say there's no one that does not criticize. How you criticize is definitely something else.
Yeah, todos, we've all been criticized. We're still gonna be continued to be criticized.
Yeah.
The same way we're gonna criticize. It's just a part of the same way as a carpenter's gonna criticize another carpenter's work.
Exactly. But how you say it,
exactly. How you say it, or your intent,
you say it to, or what your intention is
exactly.
definitely something that shows you who you are. Type of shit, you know what I mean? I've been criticized, but I've also been criticized in the way of like where I know there's no bad intent to it, where they just want
to help. They want you to
want to help me.
Yeah.
But I've also been criticized where they just want to put you down, and it's like, they just want to.
Y aún así también es like, no, pues gracias, sabes que tienes del derecho a tu opinión y no a todo el mundo le va a gustar lo que haces.
Definitely.
The same way que a ti no te gustan ciertas cosas que a otra gente le gustan, and that's okay. That's perfectly normal.
Yeah, definitely. So, compa, like, what's one person that, one singer, one sexteto, bass player, drummer, accordion player, saxophone player, you look up to or admire the most?
Cantante, mi compositor favorito, José Alfredo Jiménez.
Okay.
My favorite singer, all-time favorite singer en la música norteña, Eliseo Robles.
Why the love for him? Why the?
It's just there's something about his voice, like they call him La Voz de Oro.
Yeah.
There's not one person that doesn't know a song that Eliseo sings. Yeah, when they hear it, they think it's Ramon Ayala, you know?
Yeah.
But it's Eliseo Robles.
This is one dispute that I had with a buddy, old colleague of mine. We talked about Eliseo Robles and Ramon Ayala. So we just spoke on who's more famous, right? Obviously, the branding and all that stuff has a lot to do with it, but for the most part, the most famous is Ramon Ayala. Then we spoke on who has the most talent, singing-wise. But it's just like you can't compare singing because Ramon Ayala segundea.
Es segunda voz, yeah, correct.
Segundea and Eliseo Robles is la primera voz. So it's like you want to compare two different things that are not comparable. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, está cantando Ramon Ayala. Like, no, it's not him.
It's like you're comparing freaking Tom Brady and Lionel Messi. You know, they're both good athletes, but it's completely different.
Two different people.
Yeah, two different sports.
Two different sports, and everybody's a professional at their own thing.
Yeah, and it's, to me, Eliseo Robles, his voice is just, I hear it and I feel it makes me want to take a shot, drink a beer. Yeah, and either, you know, drumming wise, my favorite drummer personally for norteño music, José Luis Ayala, que en paz descanse.
Yeah.
You know, Ramon Ayala's brother.
Yeah.
And all in general, lo que es Eliseo Robles, el Barragas en el bass, José Luis in the drums, and Ramon in the accordion, para mí, it's the best squad that there has ever been. I'm not going to say they're the, you know, the first ones or anything, because they're not. Because there's Alegres Veteran before them, you know, Gatas y Linares, pero...
But to your taste.
Yeah, they en su tiempo, ellos revolucionaron la música. You know, there's not a drummer that doesn't look up to José Luis, that doesn't want to play like José Luis. There's not an accordion player who doesn't look up to all of Ramon Ayala's old songs. Yeah, there's not a, you know, there's just no voy a decir que son la escuela, pero casi quiero decirlo, que son la escuela de los músicos.
Also, their music is around to this day.
Yeah.
So it's like, regardless, you're gonna play the music. You gotta learn those little adornos. You gotta learn those little, you know, especially the Ramon Ayala, los adornos que le metía, just so you can distinguish that's a Ramon Ayala song. You know what I mean? Like, you have to learn that little thing. So just because they obviously are so great because their music has transpired throughout the generations. Like,
it's been over 4 decades and it's still going.
It's still good.
You still hear qué casualidad.
Qué casualidad que me lleve el diablo.
Dos hojas sin rumbo, ¿no? You know, it's...
And you play those songs and fucking you hear the tío all drunk in the back, chilling, pinche grito.
Not even the tío, all the ladies.
All the ladies bien pinche locas. Ay, la madre. And that's crazy, compa. And for bandas?
Bandas, I'm not a big banda.
No?
Yeah, but if I were to say banda, I like the old school type of banda.
The old school recodo?
Old school recodo. I don't know if you've heard like the old recordings como de Lalo el Gallo Elizalde, like with banda, like that type of banda, you know?
That's crazy. Yeah, I was talking about with my girl. We were talking about El Mimoso. That's.
You know, I think he's a great singer. He writes badass, pero a mí en lo personal no, o sea, no es algo como que yo me voy a subir a mi mi carro.
Definitely.
O que me voy a sentar en la mesa y me voy a poner a pistear con la música del mimoso.
Yeah, definitely. No, what we were talking about El Mimoso, me in mi persona, he's one of the best banda singers that, to me, you know. And I'm talking about that generation, as in not obviously not. There's a lot of great banda singers now, but I think he's actually, you know what, he still tops them. I think. He's
to all the banda singers right now, I think he's still top 3.
Yeah.
You know, arriba entre like the first top 3.
Yeah. And we were talking about this song that he came out with. Well, I'm pretty sure you've heard Deja. That he Deja decirte que te amo. So he used to, like, well, obviously with Banda Recodo, he used to play it, or he used to sing it. And then
I think that's the last good singer Recodo had.
That Recodo had?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too. I mean, not to talk shit about Yaki.
Yeah, but nah.
Yeah. I think that, and yeah, you definitely have a point. That was the last great singer that they had. But to my point was, we were listening to that song, and then we were listening to the new Recodo singer interpreting that song, and it's just like you can't. It's not the same. And going back to how, you know, hearing these old Ramon Ayala songs.
Yeah.
These old fucking boleros.
It's like when you hear, you know, Qué Casualidad or Dos Hojas Sin Rumbo with Elisa Robles that recorded with Ramon. Yeah. And then you would hear them recently with his most recent singer, Mario Marichalar. I mean, he's not his singer anymore, but it was one of his most recent.
Okay, yeah.
He's still a great singer.
It's not
but it doesn't sound the same.
So that's what I wanted to get to. Is like, and maybe it's bias, because I think the songs kind of bring us back to a time where it's like you have a lot of memories with that song and whatnot. But I just think, you know, you can remake a song.
Yeah.
You can make this cover so many times, you know. You're just not gonna get the Elisa Robles feel. You're not gonna get the Dinámicos feel.
No, of course
You're not gonna get the. Oh, but you know who did have a sick ass covers? Los Muchachos. Yeah. My respect to you. Shout out to you, Compalino. And the whole agrupación Los Muchachos. I heard the fucking whole CD.
They got down.
Recently, I didn't. I saw it on. It came up on my YouTube. The one that they did the whole songs, or not the whole songs, but a lot of the songs that they did the cover to. And the first song, I think it was Cariñito de mi vida, dime Dios por qué hoy me voy. And then I fucking I was listening to it on my the fucking AirPods. And I had to pull out my phone. I'm like, who the fuck is this? You know, so shout out to you guys, compa. La neta, you guys fucking got down on that whole fucking CD. You guys are a grupazo, and la neta, that's... Compalino, shout out to you, compa. Come to the podcast. But yeah, compa, as far as that, do you have any, like, I know we talked about, you know, projects and you wanting to do more stuff and shit like that, but do you have any songs and stuff like that you're going to be pushing out soon?
You know what? I'm working on a couple of songs. I have a couple of songs written already that I'm probably going to, you know, bring up in this project. Mm-hmm. But I'm working on a couple of new songs as well as some new corridos. So let's see how it goes. Primeramente,
do you have any consejos, you know, for up-and-coming artists, up-and-coming bajos exteros, up-and-coming singers, you know?
Que le echen ganas. Same thing they've always told me. Lo mismo que me dijeron a mí. Just know that the sky's the limit. Know that your instrument's going to take you further than any car.
Yeah.
You know, and and just treat music con delicadez, porque music is beautiful and it could make you very, very happy. Y que le echen ganas.
Yeah.
A estudiar. O sea, porque los músicos ahorita, man, they're like on steroids or something.
Oh, man.
Compared to us músicos from back in the days.
No, yeah, definitely.
You know, ahorita los músicos, they're coming out to be musicazos. You know, so que le echen ganas. And, you know, if somebody tells you you suck, no, pues muchas gracias. That's it. Forward. Keep going, you know. There's going to be somebody who likes the sucky music. Not to say that the music sucks, but, you know, what might suck to you might not suck to somebody else.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you could have rephrased it a little better, you know, but I think your message was great. Yeah. No, but on that note, you know, like, I just want to take the time and, you know, thank you for coming out, you know, recording. You know, like I said, I've never really sat down and talked to you, like, fucking, you know, had a full-on conversation with you. You know, I'm more than grateful for you coming out, getting to know you a little better, and especially for the people that, you know, and I don't want to say, and I've been I've said this before on the podcast, where it's like, I don't want to say fans, bro, but your supporters.
Yeah.
You know, you're the people that really like you, and the people that enjoy your music, and the people that enjoy your voice, your fucking, you know, amazing sexual abilities. Like,
no, eso sí no, ahí sí no.
but you know, like, I just want to give them the opportunity to get, you know, to know you a little bit better, and whenever you go to play at different places, they don't look at you just like, oh, the singer or the sextero or the, you know, they see you as a you know, a good human being. You know.
No, we try to be the best that we possibly can, you know. Always treat people with respect. Siempre ser humildes, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And well, compa, thank you.
Thank you. Gracias por la invitación.
And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Thank you guys for, you know, checking in. I appreciate all the good comments, all the good messages. You know, people have been asking for different musicians, and so I'm gonna try to go ahead and you know, give the people what they want. I'm more than happy, you know, for all the great comments I'm receiving. So, you know, just know that I'm trying my best to get the people that you guys want out here. And yeah, tune in to another episode, guys. Thank you. See you soon. Be good. All right, so people, please do not criticize me because I am not a guitar player. All right?
I know.
So, I'm not even a bass player. Okay. Tierra Mala?
Tierra Mala. Ya te vas de mi cariño, te calzaron mis pobrezas, fue puntada del destino traidor, me sirve que me adorabas, me engañaron tus
darle amor.